the measure of all the angles in the parallelogram ABCD. Okay, so a couple of things we have to remember. Because it's a parallelogram, we know two things about the angles. First of all, well, we know three things. They all have to add up to 360 because it's a four-sided figure, so the sum has to be 360. We know the opposite angles have to be congruent. And then we know the consecutive angles have to be supplementary. So we know all three pieces of information. Since I'm given two opposite angles, I'm going to set those equal to each other. And then I'm going to solve for x. So I'm going to subtract two x's from each side. Those would cancel. I would bring the 105 straight down. I would bring my 90 straight down. And then 5x's minus 2x's would give me 3x's. All right, I'm trying to solve for x, so next I need to get rid of 90. Since it's positive 90, I would subtract 90. Because 90 minus 90 would give me 0. It would cancel. I'm going to bring my 3x straight down. And 105 minus 90 would give me 15. Still trying to isolate that x, so now I need to get rid of the 3. Since it says 3 times x, the opposite would be to divide. So x would equal 5. Now that is not my answer. It doesn't say solve for x. It says find the measure of all the angles. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to substitute it back in. So I'm going to plug it into angle A. So I'm going to say 90 plus 5 times my x value, which is 5. And that equals 115 degrees. Now if you didn't automatically know that this was congruent, you could plug it in down here as well. You could say 105 times plus 2 times 5, but you're going to get 115 degrees because the opposite angles are congruent. And then we also have to remember that the consecutive angles are supplementary. So now if we want to find angle B and angle D, we would have to use our supplementary rule, which says that they add up to 180. So 180 minus 115 will give us 65. And if this angle is 65, I know this one is also 65 because the opposite angles have to be congruent and the consecutive angles have to be supplementary.